Never a Job for Trevor by Dean Village. Everything has a job in the jungle. From the towering trees to the microscopic mini-beasts, they all need each other. Even the wriggling worms under the earth help keep the soil fresh and healthy for new plants to spring up out of the ground. The jungle lives and breathes when all are doing their job. However, this story is about an animal that struggles to find his job. Meet Trevor. Trevor the elephant was exceptionally good at getting filthy, and that was just about all he was good at. "You need to find your place in this jungle, Trevor," his mother said one day as he rolled around in the sticky mud puddles, frolicking about and trumpeting to himself. "I can't spend every day cleaning up after you. It's about time you went and found yourself a job." And with that, Trevor got up promptly and marched himself into the overwhelming jungle on the hunt for a job. Trevor noticed a sign outside the jungle dentist saying, "Help wanted." Maybe I could work here, he thought to himself. Dr. Snaps was a brilliant dentist and looked after all the animals' teeth in the jungle. "Of course I have a job for you, Trevor," Mr. Snaps bellowed joyfully. "I need someone to clean the patient's teeth for me when they come in." "I could do that," smiled Trevor. At that moment, Zoe Zebra galloped towards them. "Just start by cleaning Zoe Zebra's teeth, please," suggested Dr. Snaps. Trevor knew about cleaning, but only from watching his mother clean him after a messy play session in the mud. So of course copying his mother was a good place to start. Trevor dipped his handy trunk into a nearby pool of water and sucked up until his trunk was full, just like his mother would have done. He aimed his trunk towards Zoe Zebra and whoosh! Trevor splattered Zoe Zebra top to tail in cold, dripping water. "Out!" snapped Dr. Snaps. "You can't work here." Trevor stomped through the jungle, thinking to himself, "There's never a job for Trevor." All of a sudden, he came across Sid, who was sweeping up the dead leaves from the jungle floor. "Could I help?" Trevor asked politely. "Certainly," replied Sid. He showed Trevor the leaves he wanted picking up. Trevor used his clever trunk to grab bunches of leaves and added them to Sid's pile. Suddenly, Trevor's trunk began to tickle. It began at the end and moved up his trunk until... Achoo! Sid's leaves blew everywhere. "You silly elephant, please go," hissed Sid. Trevor plodded away, feeling rather sorry for himself, thinking, "There's never a job for Trevor." As he looked up, he saw a sign stuck to a tree. It was asking for help at the restaurant Chimpanzees. "Maybe I could be a waiter," said Trevor, and he went inside to speak to the manager, Mrs. Chimps. "Brilliant!" chirped Mrs. Chimps. "A waiter is exactly what we need, and you have such a marvellous trunk. You would be extremely good at it." Trevor's face beamed brightly as Mrs. Chimps handed him a bow tie and showed him around the restaurant. It was lunchtime, and chimpanzees began sitting at their tables and ordering their banana-y delights. Trevor was very busy. He went from this table to that table, taking orders and bringing food to the customers. Trevor's trunk was helpful, but as he started concentrating on balancing plates on it, his big elephant bottom began to get clumsy. He would knock into a table, or his tail would splash into someone's banana soup. When he started to notice what was happening, he lost control of his trunk, and the plates he was holding would spill or crash to the ground. Sadly, customers started to complain, and as quickly as Trevor was given the job, Mrs. Chimps was asking him to leave. Trevor was feeling dreadful. His eyes began to well up as he muttered to himself, "There's never a job for Trevor." Everywhere he went, something seemed to go wrong. Maybe Trevor didn't have a place in the jungle. A huge elephant-sized tear dropped out of Trevor's eye, and he began to sniff. As he sniffed, Trevor smelt an unusual smell. It smelt like burning bananas. "Help!" yelled a chimp, running past Trevor in a flash. Trevor turned around and could see a raging fire coming from chimpanzees. Trevor made his way back immediately. The fire didn't frighten Trevor. He made his way to a nearby river, dunked his heroic trunk into it, and drained as much water as he could before returning to the restaurant. He launched water straight into the blaze. Within minutes, the flames started to go out, and the scorched building was safe. "Hooray for Trevor!" cheered the onlooking crowd of chimpanzees. Mrs. Chimps was most pleased. "Thank you for saving my restaurant, Trevor. You're always welcome back to Chimpanzees and have whatever you want for free." News travels fast in the jungle. Everybody heard about what Trevor had done, and would you believe it? Trevor the elephant was given a job. Chief Sloth of the Jungle Fire Brigade was so impressed with what Trevor had done that he asked him to join the team of sloths as soon as he could. Trevor was fantastic in the fire brigade. His amazing trunk worked wonders in so many emergencies, and just having Trevor on board doubled the response time. Trevor felt so proud. But nobody was as proud as his mother. The end.